And if your son did not play or fare well, watch the body language and the contact between those coaches immediately after the event is over with. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. And that's normally how
coaches ain't no good, man.
Why would you expect, with the money that's at stake nowadays, why do you expect for these college coaches to be just 100% honest with you guys?
Coach, think about this now. I'm glad you brought this up. How do you think the college coaches that spend the resources and all that to recruit R.J. Hampton, and he chose to go another route? What do you think about that?
I got a good. That's a good question.
Okay.
And we're talking about the Kansas, the Memphis, and Texas Tech. Well, understand something. How do I feel about this? This is not something that happens every day. So this is not the risk versus the reward for a college coach. This is one of those situations where, guess how many times they walked in at the last minute of a kid and started recruiting for 1 month and closed the deal. Well, balance that off
I got you.
as a zero-sum game.
Okay, all right.
And that's the way I look at it. You know, we're talking about 3 schools with Texas Tech just signed their coach for $4 million a year. $4 million a year.
Right.
Bill Self at Kansas, he's making somewhere in that neighborhood already. Penny Hardaway, he's gonna get a raise at the next year. He's gonna get an extension after next season with his Fab 5 Part 2 that he has coming into that #1 recruiting class in the country. His raise is gonna be coming. And although Penny's gonna be modest and say, no, I take that back. Penny ain't gonna be modest. Penny's gonna take this raise. He done gave enough. He coached high school for $1.
Oh no, yeah.
He gonna take this raise that's coming. So my point is, these schools are not hurting with their budget. Now the time, maybe, but it was a fun ride for those guys.
Okay.
Guess how much exposure each one of those schools got?
That's good.
Over the past 2-3 weeks.
That's great.
How many times Kansas or Texas Tech? Think about it. How many times the Texas Tech name has been mentioned in recruiting for a star-studded player? I'm talking about in this recruiting class that's coming up in 2020. So think about it. It works for all of them. Kansas got DeSosa coming back.
Right.
So guess what? That stops the bleeding. They are in different position, but guess what? He's a guy already in the program.
Speaking of coming back, you know that today is tomorrow is the last day for these guys to take their name out of the NBA.
Tonight at midnight.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah.
And we'll definitely we'll talk
about
NBA
that.
stuff.
We'll talk about that.
But now, I mean, there are a lot of the people are really enthused because I'm looking at a lot of the comments on our Facebook feed, and you guys can join the conversation by simply going to Facebook, type in ChopShopHTX. That's ChopShopHTX, and you can join the conversation.
And Jimmy, and I got to talk about this kid because I promised him I was, and I hope he's watching. But that Deshaun Ruffin, do you have his stats? The kid from Mississippi. I mean, y'all got to realize about this game of basketball. It's 6 games going on at the same time in the EYBL, right? So every time you're going to hear something at a court, you're going to hear, oh, at one court, oh, at one court, oh. So I'm sitting in between watching the Titans. Titans was playing this team, and right in between it, but it's another good team was playing on the court opposite. So all of a sudden, I heard somebody say, oh, but it wasn't a dunk. It was a pull-up, dribble, 3, it's 2 people face. Then I said, okay. So then somebody came back again and did this same exact thing from the same spot. But this time they told me to turn around and watch. This little guard, Deshaun Ruffin from Mississippi. Then, hold on, y'all. He came down and did the same thing again. Hold on. Came down the next possession and did the same thing again. Then, hold on, he came back, Jimmy, came there, got to the hole, put his chest in the guy's face, and I said, what, who, and what is that? And then the next day, after he had 30-something that game against the Titans, now, hold up, when you call Cade Cunningham, that team is one of the top, that's the top team in the EYBL. He did that against Cade Cunningham, them, y'all. And Mickey, what's his name, Mikey?
Mikey Miles.
Mikey Miles. Okay, so I'm saying He did it again. So I forgot about it and let it go. And they sent me some little stuff about it. So I said, I got to know this kid's name. The next morning, I didn't make it to the game at that time. Jimmy, he put a 51 piece on somebody.
That was against the New York Reds.
Against the New York Reds?
Yes.
And I said, wow. So that's what that EYBL, because I think some guys did some little spoof about, they finally, y'all done converted one guy that really just said, Marcus Sloan, he's been converted. He said on the EYBL, because you know he was on the chilling circuit. So
he's at the Under Armour circuit.
I mean, that's the chilling circuit to me.
I mean,
so,
the Under Armour circuit.
You can't say it. I can say it. The chilling circuit.
Nah, it was alright. They had a good run.
To moi. So did a confessional. Said, man, I finally understand why they've been talking about this EYBL. Yes.
So keep going. Keep
Okay,
going. You know you're gonna bring this up out there.
Oh Lord, I don't. Okay, and he was just expressing himself. He said no slight to the other leagues. Now, he said no slight. He said, but every team got 2 or 3 pros. Then if a team don't have a pro, the other team got 4. And Jimmy, what I look about it, when I go to EYBL, I promise you, I look at the bench. Jimmy, it's one team I can't think of. Everybody was on the bench was taller than everybody that the Houston Hoops had. Everybody on the bench was taller in the Jimmy. So Sloan, y'all got a converter. Sloan, I'm glad he just said, man, Marcus Sloan, he went to TCU. He said, man, this thing is real.
Well, here's the thing.
And
And speaking of Deshaun Ruffin, he averaged 30 points a game this past weekend. And you know, let's put this in perspective so you guys understand something. In sneaker circuit basketball, not on a sneaker team playing in the Junebug shootout somewhere, but when you're playing on the actual sneaker circuit, as you're just saying, you mentioned a while ago, the average of each team probably has at
least 2 pros.
I'll put it like this: each team has about an average of about 4 high majors.
Okay, high major. See, you think high majors,
Yeah.
I think pro.
Yeah.
So, you follow me?
So
Yeah.
let's just put that in perspective.
Okay.
Each team averages not 4 Division 1s. Each of them averages about 4 high majors with committable offers. And that's another thing we'll get into later on. On tomorrow, that is committable offers. That's a new term. Just put that to the side.
Committable offer. Let me write that down.
Yeah, committable offers. Because everybody said they got offers. Do you have committable offers? Now that's tomorrow. To make sure you spread the word, somebody tune in on that. Now, what I want to get in about Ruffin, 30 points a game, he averaged through his 5 games. 18, 30, 22, 51, and 31 is what he scored this past weekend. I mean, outstanding.
And Jimmy, he don't look like no basketball player.
More so?
Huh?
That's what he did from the 3-point line.
What, he shot
41% on the season.
Yeah.
Now, on the season.
So those weren't bad shots he was shooting. Because I thought, dude, Jimmy,
for the weekend, he shot it right at 50%.
Oh, yeah.
For the weekend,
okay,
he shot right at 50% for the weekend.
Dude, see, I didn't know all of that.
I mean, so
I just saw
and he took shots. One game he was 9 for 16. That's the game he scored the 51.
Wait a minute, he scored 51 on 16 shots?
No, from 3-point land.
Oh, okay.
9 for 16. He
Okay.
scored 51 on 33 shots. He was 19 for 33.
That's great.
Another game he was 10 for 18. Another game he was 10 for 20. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's he's out of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Jackson, Mississippi. Deshaun Ruffin, young man.
10th grade too.
Yeah, going to the 11th grade. That shows the difference between good and great. Hey, we're gonna strive to be great. We're back on the Chop Shop. You guys hang right there.
Yeah, y'all, I'm sorry. That dude there, I know, that dude impressed me. I said, what the heck is going on? Dodo, he was shooting that thing like you. Dodo couldn't shoot good, man. Dodo looked like a defender. Dodo, could you shoot? Good Dodo, could you make a layup? Every now and then.
I get Dodo.
Could you touch the net?
I get back on that bicycle. I'm gonna get Dodo out
No.
Now we're gonna shoot around the world. I'm the old school. Round the world.
Stephen Woods made a great point. That's the international 3 he was shooting from.
Sure is.
Ooh.
Because you remember the first session, they had to stop the game because the 3-point line was too close.
Yeah.
They stopped the game, they went and moved the line back overnight. That's the international line.
Get what? Get what
Good call, Stephen Woods.
Get what Frank said. That's his nephew. So Deshaun is nephew. Man, everybody from Mississippi ain't your nephew. You getting like Robert Howard.
Everybody from Louisiana had the Favre nephew.
Oh yeah. Everybody that's good, my nephew, Favre. His dad was a post player, Steve Wood said. But Steve, hey, and by the way, Jimmy, the Houston Hoops, we sitting talking about Schumacher. But Schumacher got a heck of a staff on his staff now. Well, his assistant coaches is my favorite coach, high school coach though. So I got to put that. I got to throw that in.
You know what? Speaking of coaching, like of course, Stephen Woods is a high school coach at Hightower High School. He's the head coach at Hightower High School. He's on the bench alongside Tim Schumacher.
Yeah.
Tim Schumacher, in case for those of y'all probably really don't know, Tim Schumacher was a high school coach at Klein Collins High School. He had a kid named Meach Goodson, Demetri Goodson.
Okay.
Meach Goodson ended up going to Gonzaga. And then ended up playing football and making it to the NFL in football. Hadn't played football at all. Follow me now. Meach played basketball.
Yeah, sure did. He was
at
great.
Klein Collins.
Who coached Meach? Woods coached Meach?
No, Schumacher.
Oh, Schumacher coached Meach.
Schumacher coached Meach Goodson at Klein Collins. And then so what I'm saying, my point is, high school coaches who are also coaching on the bench on these sneaker circuits for these teams, especially on the 4 Nike teams. On these 4 teams in Nike, the Texas Titans, their coach is a high school coach for the Texas Titans. What school is that? Waxahachie? I want to say Waxahachie. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. What high school is the Titans head coach on? The Titans assistant coach.
I got a question too, Jim. Bob just said, oh, God, you bring it back. Bob just said something. 10%.
47 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to the Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour. The best 120 minutes of your day. We were talking, I mean, during the break, we've been talking all day. We reversed a little bit, implement and dive into the summer ball sector and the sneaker ball sector, because it's definitely really is 2 different levels and layers to this stuff. And it doesn't mean that you're being slighted if you're not there, because chances are the vast majority of the players who play on non-sneaker teams are non-Division I players. Remember that.
Say it again now.
The vast majority of the players who comprise non-sneaker circuit teams will eventually play non-Division I basketball. If they go play, if at all. And guess what? I take all bets on that. If some of you guys want to get stubborn, I take all bets. I'm gonna bet. And so that means you look at the numbers what you're dealing with. So we were talking about during the break coaches, and we gave shout out to Stephen Woods. He's an assistant coach with the Houston Hoops, but he's the head coach at Hightower High School. So the head coach of the Houston Hoops is Tim Schumacher. He retired from teaching and went into the oil sector, to the importing, not oil, but the import transport sector, right? And in doing so, while he was at Klein Collins High School, he was widely respected among the high school coaches. I look over at the Texas Titans, and I was waiting for one of you guys to give me the school that the head coach at. But all of the Titans coaches are high school coaches. Cornelius Mitchell, he used to be at Aldine Davis. The other coach for Killeen, one of the schools in Killeen. Then the head coach. Understand? So that's 3. Over at Drive Nation, the assistant coach Jermaine O'Neal, we know of course is the head coach, but the assistant coach Brandon Espinosa, he just got named the head men's basketball coach at Paul Quinn College. The Hispanic coach that coached for Drive Nation, he coached this past weekend. He's now the new men's head basketball coach at Paul Quinn. And guess what? He was in town last week. He has at least 3 players from Houston who already are signed with Paul Quinn. That's an NAI school right outside of Dallas. 3 kids from Sam Houston High School. Marlon Davis, Lil Mingo, and I've got 3rd kid's name.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Then guess what? He had a workout last week out in Houston. Guess who showed up at the workout? And I asked myself, who stood out at the workout last week?
This for Paul Quinn.
This for Paul Quinn.
Okay.
Jameer Reedus, the other twin, who was
yeah.
going to walk on. He's planning to walk on at TSU.
Right.
Where his brothers are the scholar is signed a letter of intent. But he went to his workout, and the coach say he showed out.
But they can play.
And guess what? Now he's trying to get him to come to Paul Quinn. The dad, you know, that's between them.
Right.
But I mean, it's like this is how easy it is. But
I got one for you though. Kyle Cole said, Hicks, are you saying sneaker teams period are players playing sneaker teams, but less than sneaker circuit team? You was just saying the people on none. If you're not on this gauntlet like thing, or if you're not on the Nike YBL, if you're not on the UA thing, those are the guys you're saying. Most of those guys are not going to be Division I players. That's what you're saying.
On those teams.
On those,
the vast majority.
The teams that are not in these things.
Yes.
Because if you're a Division I player, you're gonna be most likely you're gonna be.
Now, do you have a team that's going to defy that rule?
Yeah, might.
Maybe 5 in the country.
Yeah. Okay. But most.
So even you go and you look at let's say a Coos Elite. That's a team that's not on the main sneaker.
Okay.
But even technically, Coos Elite played on the Under Armour Rise circuit.
Okay.
But let's just take them for example.
Okay.
Because they're one of the best of the rest.
Okay.
Well, Coos Elite, if they have 12 players on their team, so do Coos Elite have 5 players right now that's going to sign Division I? They have committable Division I offers.
Committable.
Well, put it like this.
I don't know.
The majority would be 6 would be 500. So do they have 7? They have 12 players on the roster. The majority would be 7.
Okay.
6 and 6 is a tie. So does Coos Elite have 7 players right now with Division I offers that they can call and just play a joke on the coach and say, Coach, I'm ready to commit. And that coach would not hang up the phone.
A committable offer.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not
and I can answer that right now and say hell no.
I can't because I don't know that make up the team. But Coach Keith said Texas Legends has 4 D1 players.
Yes.
And also
but
the 3D Empire as well.
But how many on the team? And I say the vast majority.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. I say the majority of the team is will play non-Division I.
Okay.
So they got 4 players that got D1 committed offers.
Right.
That means they have 9 players on the team. That means the majority of them ain't Division I. If guys follow me, I'm telling you. I mean, it's not an attack at all.
On nobody.
It's not. I'm just giving you the numbers of what you're dealing with.
Boy, I got some numbers for you.
So that means, do you know the majority of the Division I players on a sneaker team that was on the EYBL? The majority, put it like this. Let's take the Houston Hoops.
Okay, let's take it.
Houston Hoops has, how many players on that? How many players on that?
Count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
11 players.
Yeah, 11.
10 of those will get Division I. Easy. Has committable offers right now. 10 of those 11 have committable Division I offers right now.
Wow.
You see the difference? I mean, follow me. I'm just being safe. It could be 11 out of 11. I'm just saying 10 of those being safe.
Okay, I'm with that.
Has committable Division I offers. Right?
Interesting.
So now you see what think about it. So that means when your starting 5 is going to compete with their starting 5, but then it's like the Rockets and Golden State. You go to your bench, what's going to happen? You go to your bench.
You got drop off then,
man. Your bench is going to be a D2 or a D3 or no, I'm not going to say JUCO because JUCO that's different. But D2 or D3 opposite a Division I player, right? So a lot of times you understand what it's supposed to be.
Wow, I got you.
And so that means sometimes you see with some teams, they do this, they do better. Hell, What would you expect less? Follow me, guys. I mean, you know, and of course, Coach Favre just said on our Facebook feed, kids don't understand how hard D1 is. That is bingo.
No, bango.
Bango. Bango. Yeah, I mean, they don't understand how hard Division 1 is. Everybody takes it for granted because I think, are we as adults, are we guilty? Are we guilty as a collective unit of making these kids believe that Division 1 is easy at early on? You see? Because think about it. The mixtapes, the ink, the rankings.
That don't mean it's easy.
Well,
it's easy to get those
because
things.
if you get there, then automatically the other stuff's should normally follow if you're ranked by somebody. If you had a great camp.
But Jimmy, make sure they know this, you know, and maybe we need to say it more. When you step on that college campus, Jimmy, they ain't actually where you was ranked no more. Cause there's some guys in there about to tear your head off. And you think y'all cool and all y'all, cause y'all went out on the visit and all that. Dude, it's just not like that. When your rankings go out the window when you make it to college. So, and I think a lot of people don't understand it. So that's why we got what, almost 1,000 transfers this year, right?
It's gonna be there.
Cause I'm ranked. I'm ranked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, understand and this is the thing that we're dealing with in today's culture. But at the same time, if you're playing around with this stuff and you're taking these opportunities for granted, then guess what? Input is going to equal output, going to match the output.
Jimmy, I got a unique.
What's in the bag?
I got a unique bag. Did you know that Master P had a sneaker?
He had one a while back.
No, it was a new one. Instead of, you know, like the Bugatti, the car, the Bugatti, the $4 million car.
Oh,
he got the Magnati.
You know what? He was on First Take of one of the shows about a month ago, and he brought the doggone shoe out and told somebody he was gonna give him one.
Called the Magnati. It's a luxury brand shoe, a luxury shoe that has already earned enough street cred for the sneakerheads. But guess what he did the other night? They asked him about his shoe. Get what he said? Zion Williamson, I'll give you $20 million to wear my shoe. How about that? He said it on the videotape and had his son next to him. See, here's the Magnatis. They call it Magnatis. Money, I guess Yachties, whatever. He said, here's my yacht. You got $20 million. You can get your other from Nike and all. It's a lifestyle shoe. It's not a basketball shoe. It's like the Balenciagas y'all be wearing. You know, what's your girl Cardi B said? I like Balenciaga, the one that look like socks. See, y'all be listening, Cardi B.
You spitting balls, man?
Man, that's Cardi B. She told, but I didn't know, Jimmy, what she was talking about until I saw. You ever seen the shoes that look like socks? And it goes $700. Yeah, no, again, you ain't gonna buy none of that.
Ain't gonna buy none of that.
No. You gonna go talk to them folks. Man, I know I can get that thing for $100 somewhere. Is that what you gonna tell them?
I'm talking now. Ain't no doubt about that.
And we heard from around the corner today.
We talked about that. But anyway, guys, we got so much to show. We got special guests gonna join us on the back nine.
Wait a minute, we got a special guest today?
Yeah, we got some Women Rock Wednesday. We definitely got it going on and with the same topic about people not understanding how hard it is to be a student athlete.
Okay.
As a Division I student athlete. People take this stuff for granted. We got a young lady, not only did she do it, but she did it and did it well, got her college degree out of that deal.
Hush your mouth.
And made all comfort.
Okay. Let's see.
Chop.
You come sit down now. Right there. Wow. Man, you leave my BBB shoes alone. They're going to be worth some money.
Bring the seat up.
Yeah, I can't believe y'all. I can't believe you,
at the beginning of the show, I did you like that.
Oh, okay. Huh?
4 hours.
I leaned back too. I didn't give me a nap.
Share it on yours. Share it. Put it on her thing.
What up, everybody? What's up, Martin Brooke? Yeah, you late.
She gotta watch my Facebook.
You got YouTube?
No.
Oh, you don't have to have YouTube. You can just go to YouTube.
Man, Zion gonna look at Master P, that little hot little 20 million and say, man, you better get up out of here, man.
No, he can put no addition. This a lifestyle shoe. This ain't no basketball.
No, but when you
performance
sign
shoe.
with that Nike, you ain't they gonna put that clause in there with him. They know somebody trying to ship it. Otherwise, you go do Puma for a lifestyle. They ain't gonna want you to do
That man said I got the weekly purple. This ain't purple.
lavender.
This is lavender. This ain't purple.
No, no.
We ain't got no color like this.
Yeah, it is. That's
No.
Wheatley purple. It's a different place. You got their own purple.
Wheatley purple dark. I've seen Wheatley purple.
He said them shoes equivalent to Birdman lugs.
I got Balenciaga, the one that look like sock. I remember that one bar now. Student athlete is easy. Come on, people. Now that's not hard at all. Hey, Bob, quit being sarcastic. No, this not TCU purple. I would never be a horned frog. A frog? Zero. Bob.
A horny frog.
A horny frog. Oh, yeah.
A horny frog.
I don't know about that. Huh.
He say TCU purple.
Kelsey. Who is Kelsey?
It's me.
Hey, Mika. What's up? David Dennis is in the house. What David Dennis been, man?
Dave Dennis
What's
out there.
up?
Dave Dennis had his old ass out there with Juvenile.
What?
With Juvenile last weekend.
I don't blame him.
Juvenile and Mystical. Dolo, you went to see Juvenile and Mystical? No,
Hey,
Mystical.
Dodo,
No, Mystical.
I can't believe you just had a brain when you won sandwich. I don't eat fries. See, that's why the muscles like that there. Hey, black people would rather Zion sign with the white man than the black man. Oh, Lord, here we go. Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. It's Women Rock Wednesday, and guess what? And with the theme of Wednesday, Women Rock Wednesday, we got a special guest. And guess what, Jimmy? I'm not going to take it down. As customary, Jimmy likes to introduce the guest. So guess what? I'm about to let him introduce our guest. And then after that, Jimmy, we're going to get into our starting five. That our starting five is, you know, the first 5 people that signs into our Facebook page. As soon as the show starts, these are the first 5 people. And guess what? This Wednesday, Women Rock Wednesday, is 5 women. So I'm just letting the men, I'm just letting you know, the women move to the head of the line. But Jimmy, would you tell everybody about our special guest, and then you can go into your thing?
Yeah.
Because I know you want to talk about the Mastro.
Oh, man.
Oh, he loved the Mastro.
Oh, man.
Y'all should have seen him last night, man.
The Mastro.
Do you really like him? I'm over there talking and doing some stuff, Jimmy. How do you see that guy? No, I'm not looking at that mess. But
That
I do.
Tony Kemp band joker, man. That little Tony Kemp. That little Kemp.
You talking about the utility dude?
Yeah, the black
I like
dude.
him.
That play. I like Kemp.
But guess what? Guess what we got in there?
Women Rock Wednesday.
It's Women Rock.
I know it smells good then.
Yes.
She got some Mary Kay on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, got the, you know, the little good hair.
That's a good app.
Yeah, she got it. Yeah. She don't need no ultra
She
perm.
ain't Becky though.
Yeah, she don't need no ultra perm.
Hey, listen, guys. We talked about the pressures and how hard it is being a Division I student athlete. But live in the studio with us right now, we have a young lady who just graduated college. Right? Her name is Kelsey Riley, and she's from New Orleans, Louisiana. Right?
Yes.
So shout out to all the South Louisiana folk on the Facebook feed. This is one of your peeps right here. One of your kinfolk.
Hey, baby.
Yeah. she ain't got no gold teeth though.
No.
What one of the wards you from?
Oh, I'm not from the ward. I live.
Come put a mic
Close, close.
Okay, well, she get her mic up.
Okay.
Of course, once again, Kelsey Riley is joining us in studio. Just give you a little brief on Kelsey. She's a softball player, well, just finished her collegiate eligibility at Texas Southern University. First team all conference, right? Won the SWAC conference in 2015 and 17. Would have won it this year, but then Southern, I get that later on. But anyway, but she and recovered, bounced back from a torn ACL, right?
Okay.
Also, just got a degree in a BS in health administration. She made, and here's the one I like.
What? The 200 volunteer hours.
The President's Dean's List every single semester in college.
Kelsey wasn't playing no game. Kelsey mama and daddy must don't play.
That's right.
What high school you come from out of New Orleans?
I didn't go to a school in New Orleans. I went to a school called Bell Chase. It was
Bell-
on the West Bank.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So you know what I said?
I know the West Bank is. Yeah, that's the good side.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, the peninsula that sticks out in Louisiana into the Gulf of Mexico, that's exactly where I'm from.
On that little old bitty little thing at the end.
Yep. Way down.
I see it on the map. The part of the toe of the boot.
Yep.
Hush your mouth. Yeah, see, I know what I'm talking about, Jim.
And so now look, Kelsey, you're
Look,
coming in
Kelsey.
here today. To give us your journey of getting a Division I scholarship. So you played softball in high school, and how good were you then? Well, give us your resume at that point.
Softball, I would say that was more of a struggle in high school, but I really focused on travel balls. Like, you know how you do travel team, you go to different states during the summer and during the fall.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I did in high school. It was just to stay in shape. That was basically what I did in high school. But I mean, I was the center fielder. I was lead off. I mean, I had a few scholarships. I had a track scholarship, but I just didn't take that one.
And I'm listening.
No, you listen. She messing with over there.
Yeah, that's not what you need to do. Just go
Yeah.
ahead. Come on, keep talking.
So in high school, I did 3 sports. I played basketball, softball, and track. Track and softball they went on at the same time. So I would go from track practice to softball practice, or vice versa. And during district, I would go run my race for track, and I would leave there and go play a few innings of softball. Then I would go back to my track meet to run the last race, the 4x4. And I did that all 4 years.
When did you sleep?
Barely. Barely.
So how did Texas Southern notice you? Where did they notice you at?
My travel ball hosts a showcase every year, so they see me there and they would follow me, different places, and they just kept in touch, just like that. So I went visit during the summer, and I really liked it. I really liked how small it was. I liked how people interacted. They were really friendly down or up there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So and my mom wanted me to go to HBCU because my high school is predominantly white. It was only 6% black.
Smart mom.
For a school, it was whatever.
So you signed the letter of intent in high school with TSU?
Yes, sir.
And so upon doing so at that type of school that you were at, did you get any teasing from the white kids saying, "Oh, you going to one of the black schools"? Because that's normally not the plan for some of those your fellow students.
Oh yeah, they was like, "Oh, you not gonna know what to do because you been around whites all your life. You not gonna fit in. You gonna be culture shocked." I'm like,
Why?
"No, I'm not. It'll be fine. You can always adjust. It's not that hard."
Not that high.
Yeah, because I was the only black person on my team, my softball team.
Really?
The only one.
And Jimmy, I graduated from Sheffield, and it wasn't but 4 of us in my senior class. 4 blacks in my senior class.
So you was like Clayton Bixby.
No, but my mama made sure I go back to the hood.
Okay.
she said, "Okay, you can go out there with them all you want, but make sure it was a balance."
Yeah, so you get to TSU, and as a freshman, tell us about that season. Did you play? Did you have the struggles at the red shirt? How did it go as a freshman?
Freshman year, I came in because the girl I came in for, she left, so I got her number. I basically had a spot. So during the fall, we have a fall season too for softball. So during the fall, I was super nervous. So I did bad. I always do bad during the fall for some odd reason, who knows? But I always do bad. But when I came in.
Wait a minute, excuse me, academically?
Oh no, I'm talking about softball.
Oh, you play sports, you do bad in the fall? What you say?
Yes. They have a fall season.
What you be doing in the fall? That you be messing
Nothing.
up?
I don't know. I was just nervous because it was my first year.
Yeah, okay, keep on, come on.
And so first year for fall for softball, I did bad. You know, I barely could get on base, but he still, you know, had confidence in me, and he put me in the first game. First game, I got in. I stood there in the box.
Don't tell me you struck out.
What did I do? Look at the first three pitches. Just stood there, didn't move.
Oh, you was petrified a little bit.
Oh,
Scared.
Yeah, let me show. Don't let us show. Don't. I show that video. I got of you.
I hit the ball though.
No, I'm talking about the one you missed. But keep going.
Yeah. See, I was scared because he put me at leadoff. Like if I would have been like, you know, ninth or
Okay.
second, I feel like I would have been fine. But he put me as leadoff, and it was my first time playing a collegiate game. I was just scared. He took me out right after that.
What your teammates say to you?
They laugh. You know, when they laugh and be like, "Oh, you good?" People do that all the time. You know, it feels better. And that same tournament, I left my jersey. I left one of my jerseys.
In the room? In the hotel?
No, home. Back in Houston. We was in Dallas. I left it back in Houston. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know that's a cuttable offense? That's a cut. Jimmy, guess who lost the jersey on franchise team?
Oh,
Guess.
your
DJ
son?
Greedy.
DJ Green.
Yeah, I had to go get another. Yeah, I had to go get another jersey for him. He lost. So it's possible. It's
Yeah,
possible.
we got a lot of guys. Got
Yes.
Kelsey Riley. It's a young lady just finished her career at Texas Southern University, graduated, and so now fast forward through the college career to your senior year. Well, to your junior year, you tore your ACL.
I tore my ACL sophomore year, the sophomore season of the championship game. We won, and I was running in. I caught the winning catch, so I was running in with the ball, and you know everybody was jumping towards me, blah blah blah.
No, Kelsey.
So I jumped up, and my coach came under me, and I fell on his foot, and tore my ACL. And
Fire that coach.
he swore he didn't do it though, but there's
No.
a video with him right
So
now.
That's
what
why they-
position are you?
Oh,
I'm an outfielder. I can play left field, center field, right field. They move me wherever they need me.
you got some video somewhere. You got some video of you playing somewhere.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
a few
I
videos.
got to check it out.
Now you're right-handed.
Yes.
You tell me, but you bat left.
Yes, I'm that left handed.
So
you
you
don't,
have me.
you don't bat right at all.
No, sir.
You can't, or you just don't try it.
I mean, I used to, but then I transitioned when I was 13 to being a left-handed batter because
Excuse
of
me.
my speed.
So
Excuse
you're a
me.
lefty slapper. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
A slapper
slapper.
for back in the old school. We used to basically call that a drag bunt,
What was you?
right?
Yeah.
What was you?
Second baseman.
No, was you a slapper or what?
Hell no. But that's basically that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
It's a drag bunt on the
But-
left side. That's a slapper.
That's all
They-
you
they
did
take
was
off
slap.
running.
You hit some
Yeah,
sometime.
you can use the outfit. I
Okay,
use the
You can
outfit.
trick them sometime, and that's a
Yeah.
softball.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, that's softball.
You gotta realize it's fast pitch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fast bit?
Yeah.
I know when you struck out.
Hey.
No, I'm saying, I'm just
It's-
kidding.
so that's, I mean, young lady, guys, we're just live in the studio right now. We
It's
just
fun.
tuned into the Chop Shop. Her name is Kelsey Riley,
Mhm.
and she was an all-conference player,
Okay.
2015 and 17. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, you made first team all-conference. You won the conference in 15 and 17.
Yeah.
What year did you make all-conference?
I made all conference in 17.
In 17.
Jim,
And so,
guess what?
what's that?
Your AKA. Yes.
Well, your inner freak is just coming.
No!
You're old.
No,
geezer.
I like it. No, don't say that. I like AKAs, man.
You
I like
start-
Delta Street.
Yeah, but if you're in the
Man,
car
you's a
right
hater,
now,
man.
This way you going and pull us up on the Facebook. Alan will start slicking his hair back like alfalfa. Lick his fingers and put him on his eyebrow. I ain't no telling what the hell he gonna do during this break. We're gonna take one and come right back. On the
Wow.
Chop Shop. You guys ain't right there.
Wow. Please fix up the microphone. No, take the whole thing this way and then turn it that way. Yeah. Just turn it that way. Because they can't see your face, baby. And we got one little pervert on here trying to look at you. The name started with Sloan. Hold on. See that? And then you just talk. Like
All
that.
right,
So it
thank
won't
you.
come right on that camera right there.
Yeah.
Well, let me. Yeah, the Beyonce how working today. Uh-oh. Hey, Todd Holmes, man.
What do you say?
I can't wait to meet Todd Holmes. Mitchell from the Knicks. Oh, okay. What's the big boy Mitchell from the Knicks? Is from Chalmette.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know him.
Oh, you know what his name?
Was it Wendell Mitchell? No, I mean not Wendell. Wendell's the guard from Baylor.
Mitchell, big toe.
Yeah.
What's the boy's
Western
name?
Kentucky.
Hold on, I got his answer.
Wait a minute.
I'm not gonna kiss. Kiss
Oh, you
guy.
better stay out them folks' DMs.
It's Donovan.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan.
No, oh Donovan.
No, it
No,
ain't.
No.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So you got both
Wait a
of them?
minute.
She got both of them on IG.
Wait a minute. Time out.
No, but Donovan Mitchell was a baseball player though, Jim.
I don't give a damn. You got Donovan Mitchell. You slow down now.
Hey, he go get what Sloan talking about. Got them baby hairs too. Boy, hey, we got some good cameras in here because they can see everything.
They some freaky old dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was
On
we
Twitter,
supposed?
it's
Was
on
we supposed
Twitter.
to?
Yeah, okay, I hear you.
Hey, I want to go down.
Yeah, not really.
Because
not really, but I just.
But because you were supposed to.
I just did on the. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even see the thing until I just saw the thing until.
Okay. You calm down. The girl put this big old finger up there.
Lori, we know you gonna. You know. Lori said, "Let me correct y'all."
Thank you, Lori.
Y'all talking about my Knicks.
Yeah, thank you, Lori. Lori don't play. Jimmy said, slow down. You was telling Dodo to slow down over there.
Y'all crazy.
I need some tissue. Dodo, you got tissue over there? Y'all supposed to always have tissue in your purse, young ladies.
I'm sorry, I don't care.
I got napkins in my glove compartment.
Oh, okay. I said purse.
See your glove.
You got lucky.
That's my girl, y'all. That's my girl right there.
Somebody asked you.
Oh, Jimmy, bring it back.
I'll ask you in a minute. All right, we're officially on the back nine. 17 minutes past the hour. The Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour, the best 120 minutes of your day. Guys, don't forget we are live in the studio. We have little Kelsey, Riley.
Hey, guess what? Saul said she ain't little.
That what he said?
Yeah.
Now we go to some of your questions. If you have questions for Kelsey Riley, please post them on the Facebook feed. If you're driving right now, simply go to Facebook, type in ChopShopHTX, and while you're there, make sure you like our page, follow us, and that way you can get the notices or alerts, notifications when we're about to come on the air. We air Monday through Thursday, 12 to 2 Central Time. That's Central Time. That is the Chop Shop. So live, once again, Kelsey Riley. She is a beautiful young lady, just graduated from Texas Southern University, played softball on the team, won the conference, made all conference, and now she's entering the real world. And some of you guys have questions for her. I see one is from Farb. He said, ask you, Kelsey, why not Southern?
Jeez. Actually, Southern gave me a full ride. I had a full ride plus 24,000 from Tops, from Honors, but I just did not want to go to Southern. No offense, because I love my home state, but it was too dirty for me. I couldn't do it.
Hold on, say it was too what? Hold on, let me. All you Louisiana folks, you hear it? Farb, it was too what?
Dirty.
Yeah.
Super
The dirty soul. The dirty side.
Too dirty.
She wanted
What
to
was
come-
dirty about it?
community showers,
Oh.
share rooms. See, at Texas Southern, I had my own room. I just shared a bathroom with one of my teammates, but we had our own room. But sharing a room, I did not want to do that. Did not want to share a shower with anybody, especially coming in as a freshman.
I knew I liked Texas Southern for some reason.
So now, we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff today. We're going to get this, I want to get you good and comfortable.
Well, can we do our starting five?
We can do our
If she could read, if I could let her read my handwriting, because I got shorthand over here, I would let Kelsey read them. But let's start. Did you got your starting five yet?
Yeah.
You did.
He asked me now, so how about that? But
I do that all the time.
It's time for our starting five. What the starting five is, these are the first 5 viewers who logged onto our Facebook page. That's Chop Shop HTX on Facebook. You too can join and be one of our first starting 5 members on tomorrow. Or you may be wanting short in momentarily. Just hang right there. This is the time where you cut the volume up, tear the knob off, and get ready to get that office cred, car cred, home cred, street cred, whatever you are right now. It's time to acknowledge our starting 5. So without further ado, starting 5, mine to
You go first.
I got Olga Fuentes.
Okay.
Kim Corville.
Okay.
Sandra Menchaca.
Oh, you better.
Sonia Howard.
Okay.
And of course, Lori Dotson rounds off my starting 5. And who you rocking with?
I'm rocking with Latrice Hughes, Carla Hodnett, Kim Maxie Roy, Angie Holcomb, and Sonia Howard. I can't replace Sonia. Sonia, she's all the way from Dallas, so we got her in there. So those are our Women Rock Wednesday starting 5s today. So Jim,
Yeah.
guess what somebody on the thing?
What they say? They
So
have another
what-
question? They have
what
another
another
question?
question for Kelsey?
What they say?
Why not PV? They got nasty showers too?
Actually, I did not get an offer from PB.
Nah.
So when you played against them for the first time, did you give a little extra? You didn't strike out against them, did you?
Oh no,
No.
not against
What you
them.
do against PV?
She don't know, Jim.
I really don't.
Jim,
You remember what you did against Southern?
Jim, hold on, Jim. People that make all conference and all that, they do that stuff so much, they don't remember all of it.
Thank
See,
you.
guys like you know, who just, was on the bench all the time. So you remember your one hit. But she don't remember all of them hits, Jim. Come on, man. Now what else you got to
And
say?
so we're gonna give you guys, we're gonna dive back into the conversation with Kelsey in a second, but want to remind you guys, last night indeed the Houston Astros won again over the Chicago Cubs, and that was a great win, I think 9-6, and
Yeah.
proceed with action tonight, 7 p.m. is the first pitch at the Minute Maid.
Verlander pitcher?
No, Verlander not tonight.
Okay.
They have another guy tonight. I thought Verlander was
Well, I'm
going
going to
But
church.
tonight's game is a ESPN televised game tonight, so it's nationally televised.
Mhm.
And on the mound for the Astros is a guy named Wade Miley. And Wade, he's been doing good though. He's about 5-2, I think, on the season.
Okay.
But anyway, get over it if you hadn't seen the Astros. They playing the Cubs, and the Cubs are in first place. Astros are in first place in their
Okay.
respective division.
Okay.
And but speaking of Astros, bad news is Carlos Carrera, who has not played the last few games, he will be out 4 to 6 weeks.
Great thing about a baseball season, it's it's a year long. So he'll be back.
Yeah, but the chemistry,
I know.
and
Can they play
a
1,000
fractured
games?
rib. And that's
Oh.
hard because for a shortstop,
Yeah.
as Carrera, you're diving in that hole. It's easy
And you're
to
breathing.
aggravate that.
Yeah.
And also this Astro team, mind you, George Springer is on the injury reserve. Also
What do you
Al
got? What do you got?
Tuve.
What do you got?
I think he had was a hammy? It was a hammy last week.
What's
Against-
Al Tuve do?
Al Tuve, but he's been on there for
He's too
a
short to be
while.
hurt.
Huh?
He's too short to be hurt.
He had a hamstring as well. He was the first one on the injury reserve, was Altuve, but they have him on the way back. He's on assignment in AAA right now. And not to mention the back catcher wasn't even playing last night. This Astro team, it just shows how deep they are. And that's a great thing about it. They are indeed fun to watch. Have you ever someone that saw the Astros play, Kelsey?
Yes, I have.
What you think about it?
It was really fun. I like the atmosphere. When they be yelling, take the picture out of you. Get him out of here. Fun.
So you're a heckler.
I like the cotton candy too.
Oh, the cotton candy? Okay.
Good.
Okay. And so now, being a student athlete, what's your thoughts on student athletes getting paid? Should they or should they not?
I feel like they should, especially if the school's profiting off of them. Like if you're a big name athlete, I feel like you should get a piece of that profit that the school's getting, because they're basically making millions of dollars off of you, but you're not getting anything, and you're still living off of food stamps and stuff, trying to get a meal after practice or something. So I feel like they should.
Okay, you feel like they should. But how? Would they give it up? A school like TSU where you played at, the budget and the millions aren't just rolling in. You don't have the football attendance that justifies, or the basketball attendance, and certainly not the softball attendance to justify. So how?
Why do you need to use some money? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Chelsea. Kelsey, I'm gonna come see you now, but you're done now. But I would've came.
Shoot, it's hard for even people that want to come to you to come see us because we're 20 minutes away from the school.
Where y'all playing?
We play at Memorial Park.
That's a nice park.
Yeah, it is, but it's very far.
I like the people that walk around.
I like the cars that drive by.
Y'all, see what I'm talking about? That's a shame.
I like the girls.
And he's right. We go to Memorial Park when we in season for workout. We coming soon. We get back. We normally shave about 15, 20 pounds off, show our packs. But and he go there and he wants to go and watch. He go watching different things.
You better be glad. You better be glad Sandra watching this thing.
Yeah. So, now also, what's next for you? You graduated. You use basketball as a tool to get a free education. I'm sorry, I say basketball, softball, as a tool to get a free education, and you've done that. Mission accomplished. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, what do you have on? What's the end game?
I plan on going to nursing school. I really want to be a neonatal nurse, which works with the newborns. So I plan on going to nursing school. I'm actually going to apply to Southern, I'm going to apply to PV, I'm going to apply to University of Houston, Southeastern Louisiana, the ones in Hammond, and probably UT Health, right in the medical center. So I'm planning on applying there, and just gotta hear back from one out of all of them. So yeah, I'm looking for a job now too, but that's really hard.
Okay, well, listen out there. So if
if
somebody's watching right now, then why should they hire you?
They should hire me because I am dependable, punctual, organized. I'm really passionate about what I want to do. So working in the medical field has always been my passion. I always liked it. I like the medical shows like Grey's Anatomy, ER, stuff like that. So I'm really passionate about what I do, and I'll do everything to the best of my ability.
What about sports medicine? Would you mind having a job in sports medicine at all?
Actually, I wouldn't mind that because I really love sports and I like medicine. So.
Because we know some people over sports medicine.
Oh really?
Like Robert over sports medicine.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So we might, and I think he's watching the show right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
So now what other sports do you watch? What's your, on the men's side? Do you watch? You a basketball fan, football fan, baseball fan? What give us?
Not so much baseball because it takes forever, but I like watching football. Saints, who that, and I like watching basketball. I watch any basketball team play.
You watch so you're a hoop fan.
Yeah.
Can you hoop?
Yeah, I played in high school. I got all district. I got stuff like that. They tried to recruit me to go to a different school because my high school wasn't a basketball school.
Oh, okay.
So they tried to recruit me to go to a different school, but the education wasn't up to par for my parents, so they made me stay.
I love your parents.
Now, of course, live in the studio is Kelsey Riley, guys. She recently graduated from Texas Southern University, and where she played softball, started softball on the two-time SWAC champions that under your, during your tenure. Now, when we get ready to go on the break shortly. How many players in women's softball are on scholarship? First, how many on the team, and how many pretty much on scholarship?
Well, mostly everybody gets like a partial scholarship on our team. I know people get partial scholarships, but then they get academic scholarships to cover the rest, which I didn't need. I got like 85% athletic scholarship, and then I got an academic scholarship to cover the rest of the things. So that's mostly what happens. They have a few walk-ons, but then he finds some money to get to them, whether it's like 1,000 or just 500. But he finds some money to get to them.
So guess what? It's an advantage being smart.
Yes, it's very big advantage.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
You guys hang right there. Kelsey Riley, we right back with her, and also we're gonna talk a little NBA
Just
talk.
talk. Kelsey can help us.
She's a hoop fan.
Yes.
So we're gonna figure out what her thoughts is about this upcoming Golden State Warriors, Toronto Raptors NBA Finals. Less than pretty much 29 hours away. Be right back on Chop Shop.
Good job. Let me see what these crazy people on here talking about. Kelsey, I hope you ain't looking at this stuff.
Yeah, I would.
They crazy.
They're funny.
Yeah. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but Dodo don't like y'all.
And say, ask you who has the best marching band in
Yeah.
the SWAC. So,
I say Southern. I definitely say Southern.
really?
Yep. It's Southern, then Grambling. They're right there, but I still say Southern.
You know what? We're gonna cut this interview short.
No, I like Southern. The girl, what you call them girl? The top, what the girl who be dancing?
Oh.
What they name? Bob, what my girl's name, Bob?
The Yellow Freaks.
No, oh my goodness. What's their name?
Prancing Dolls? No.
The Dancing Dogs.
The Fat Cats.
No,
That's their name. Big old, big old thing.
Jimmy,
How about-
we're on the FCC regulations.
You talking about the whole different type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm thinking
Fat
about like
Cats.
Doug Brother, Fat Cat.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. She, let me see, Hicks don't like that. Bob, stop. The human jukebox. Who is it? The Dancing Dolls. Thank you, Bob. The Dancing Dolls. They're my girl. I love the Dancing Dolls. Hey, I don't like TSU. Y'all better upgrade them dolls. I ain't saying nothing about them. An upgrade is warranted. Can I say that? You know, I don't want to say nobody. Shoot, you can get upgraded all the time. It's warranted.
I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know.
Man, I went over there. I said, "Girl, what are y'all doing?"
I don't know none of that, so I can't say
Okay.
nothing.
So you was just busy playing softball and studying.
Busy being an athlete.
Yeah. So so you still living here though?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me call my boy. Text my dudes right now, man. I need a job.
He say don't be mad, be motivated.
Smith. Do. Hold up, y'all. I was just texting the guys at the Roberts Orange saying, "Hey, I need to get Kelsey a job." That's all I said. Huh? Me? Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. And guess what, y'all? Is Women Rock Wednesday, Jim?
Indeed.
Jimmy, it's Women Rock Wednesday. And guess who we got in studio with us today? It's Kelsey Ryan, TSU, softball fan. And Jimmy, Kelsey said she knows a little bit about basketball. Let me see what team she rooting for. Then I'm gonna know for these finals. Then I'm gonna know how much she know about basketball. So Jimmy, I know you might have another twist on it, but you tell me, Kelsey. Okay, Kelsey, we got the Warriors and the Raptors. Who you got?
I am definitely going for the Raptors.
I'm just
I'm just tired of seeing the Warriors in the finals.
Okay.
We're gonna see a good game. I'm just tired of seeing them every single time.
And so what
You don't like winners.
I like winners. I'm just tired of seeing them.
So you rather the people north of the border? You rather Canada win?
I have no problem with Canada.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Go on, Jimmy. You talk to her.
Well, of course, and the game one will take place on Thursday evening, and in Toronto, and here's the thing: there's no Kevin Durant in game one, guys. And now we can crank this thing up. You guys on the Facebook feed, you can get ready to embrace yourselves. You can throw your comments in there. Toronto, if this game one is theirs on the platter. I mean, it really is. And the reason I say that is because they're playing such good ball ever since after the first 2 games of the Milwaukee series. You know, it's like Kyle Lowry stepped his game up because he was really turning into cardboard, heavy trash. I mean, seriously, Kyle Lowry was. I mean, it was like, like wow.
You're gonna lay off Kyle.
But then he started to play, and that's all he needs from him. It's about 17 to 20 points, 22 points. That's it. If he can bring that in productive minutes without turning the ball over, that was key. Then they got minutes from Siakam. He didn't provide as many points as before, but he gave more hustle plays, defends, and get stuff done in that nature. Then all of a sudden, Mark Gasol stepped up and made you remember the all-star from back in his days as a Memphis Grizzly. Mark Gasol could be a problem in this series if Steve Kerr messes around and try to sick Bogut on him. He's gonna take Bogut out there and he's gonna light his butt up. And that's gonna be the thing. So if we look at if you look at the starting five,
What did you just say, man?
he'll light Bogut up. That's what I said. Mark Gasol, I mean, of all people, you from Memphis. You should know better. You should say, okay, well, I'll give you that one.
Man, that's blasphemy, man.
Okay.
You talking about Mark Gasol when you got the best player right now? They're playing some of the best basketball player on the planet. Stephon Curry.
Let me tell
You
you.
got Klay Thompson. You got Draymond Green. You got Iguodala. You got these guys. And you talking about Mark Gasol?
Did you just say Iguodala earlier?
Mark Gasol. He's an former MVP of a championship series.
And what year was that?
I don't care what year it is. But you
That
talking
girl
about
still was in high school.
Mark Gasol.
She was still in high school.
The Grizzlies gave him away. And you talking about Mark Gasol?
They didn't give him away. They done him a good
Oh, come on,
thing. They
Jimmy.
done him a good thing. Now here's the thing. If you break down the starting five, and sometimes they compare starters. Golden State would have a 3-2 edge if you compare the starters. You see what I'm saying? I mean that if you position by position, Golden State would be favored 3-2. Of course, Steph Curry, right? Of course, Draymond and Klay. But then Kawhi and Mark Gasol will be the two for Toronto. So then the intangibles goes to the bench. Right now, this Toronto bench is performing much better. Is right now.
You
now.
You know when I looked at the teams the other day
Uh-huh.
in the playoffs, right? You know the number one offensive threat in the playoffs this year, rated offensive team is Golden State Warriors.
Who's the number one defensive player that's going to play?
The Toronto Raptors.
There you go.
But guess what? Toronto is the 8th best offensive team, and is the 8th best offensive team. But Golden State is the 8th best defensive team also. So guess what? You just flip flop their ratings. I'm just talking about in the playoffs right now. And this game, I look.
This game is this
series
series is closer on the books than than the public sentiment is willing to give it credit for. And I guess it's because think about it, we don't see Toronto in a lot of games. They're from Canada. They don't have the city you don't connect with if you're in America. But this series is primed to, if it wins 7 games, you shouldn't even be surprised. Because know what that means for it to go 7 games? That means
it's not gonna go 7 games.
No, for it to go 7 games.
If my auntie had a beard, she'd be my uncle.
Yeah.
But keep going. Come on, give me. You see how I paused on the beard.
So think about this then. So how can you say that in one voice?
Yeah.
And realize how close the numbers are. And then come right back and say, well, it won't go 7.
It won't go 7.
So
because the numbers are close don't mean it's gonna go 7.
Okay, what are we talking the numbers for then?
Because I'm just giving
So
the numbers.
the numbers mean that it could possibly, if they produce and they max out on offense and Toronto maxes out on defense, then guess what? It should be and the factor in the home court, which Toronto's home court is they're just equally wicked. The ambiance inside of there, I've never been to a Toronto game at home. But based on the people they're saying, it gets kind of festive in there. Because they have a conductor. Drake fires them up.
The only way these guys can win, they got to make the Warriors uncomfortable, right? See, Jimmy, I looked at something. Because if you play at the Warriors' speed, Kelsey, you're dead.
They're not trying to do that.
Let me finish. Because they sometimes make you play at this.
They ain't-
You keep missing these shots and long rebounds, you're going to play at this
Okay,
speed.
it's a reason they're the best defensive team in the league because you're not getting the leak outs like that on the.
But you ain't playing. Okay.
It's a reason.
Can I get my point of view? Since, hold on, I wrote something down, Kelsey. Since this all began in 14, 15, when they started their run, the Warriors has lost in the playoffs just 24 times. Come on, again. Check these numbers out. That includes 1 year that they didn't even lose but one. In 16 and 17, they didn't lose but one game in the whole series. Okay, check this out. Of those 24 times, 13 of those losses, Jimmy, were less, they scored less than 100 points. So the secret to beating these guys, because if they score over 110 points, you're dead. The secret, watch this series, to beating the Warriors, you got to hold them to 100 points or less. If you don't, because the only other teams that did that, when Cleveland beat them, when LeBron them beat them, LeBron then made them score 90, 97, 101, and 89. And that's the key to beat them. That's the only way I can see them beat. And I guess, you're saying per 100 possessions, can you stop this team? Can you stop this team? And that's the only way I can see it come. And let me tell you something. This is going to be a trap game tonight because everybody thinks because the Warriors been out for 9 days, they're going to be rusty. But their shooters, tomorrow I mean, but their shooters get a chance to rest their legs. Let me tell you something. Can you shoot?
Yeah.
When your legs are rested for 10 days, that jumper gonna be falling. So Kawhi, who they gonna put Kawhi on? They put him on Steph.
No, they put Kawhi on Iguodala to start off. They put Kawhi on Iguodala.
Pope Kyle Lowry then. Pope he's on
No,
there.
Kyle Lowry gonna play.
Who gonna guard Steph? That's all I want. Find me somebody.
Danny Green have to guard Steph.
Danny Green.
Okay, Steph can do what he wants.
Who gonna guard Clay? Who gonna do Clay?
Kyle Lowry, I just said was going to guard Clay.
Kyle Lowry, this tall, Clay this tall.
Are you serious? I mean, understand it.
Yes, I'm serious.
That's all over the league. For us, this tall, the guys giving up 6 inches. PJ Tucker gave up, what, 6 inches to Kevin Durant?
Where's PJ Tucker right now?
He's at home, man.
He was at DYBL this weekend.
Dude,
Yeah,
each one of
but
these
he
teams.
was at DYBL.
So when you say who's going to guard Steph Curry, it equals out. Who's going to guard Kawhi?
Anybody?
Iguodala, they're going to put him on him.
Anybody?
Come on, man.
We got him and Draymond. And Clay. We got 3 guys to guard him.
Are you serious? They wouldn't dare.
Every one of them guys that's just named has been a defensive player of the year.
A defensive team.
Defensive team. Every last one of them guys I just
A
named.
defensive team.
Yes. All NBA defensive team.
They're not going to dare make them their primary assignment for either one of those guys coming out the gates in the first quarter. They ain't going. They can't afford to waste to lose a foul like that early on. They can with Iguodala. If he get an early whistle, ain't no big thing. That's Iguodala.
I said we got 3 guys that can guard it.
Hell, on a pick and roll, on a switch, everybody's guarding everybody. They're going to switch on everything.
Okay. Steph might guard it.
And they're going to be looking to do that.
In your head. Steph the baddest thing on this planet.
Steph the mouse in the house. That's what he is. Hey, remember, he's the mouse in the house. I mean,
hey,
and that's
all I need today, I need Aisha. Aisha, if you're out there, baby, do something crazy today and have somebody talking crazy about you so your husband can go off on these boys like he did the rest of them. Aisha, I need Aisha right now.
That's what you need.
I love Aisha.
And realize now, the more energy that you're spending on defense, that's going to take a toll on somebody on the offensive end. Not for everybody, but for somebody. And that's the thing that you have to realize when picking your spots in this situation. This series, and I'm telling you right now, Toronto has the home court advantage, which evens this thing out. Don't be surprised. That means Golden State has to beat them on the road and can't lose at home. Think about it. Be right back on Chop Shop.
They're going to get their head knocked in tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Mr. Katie. Mr. Katie said I'm arguing with the bandwagon king. Thank you, Mr. Katie. Mr. Katie, you so right. You're so right, Mr. Bandwagon. Hey man,
Kawhi guards Steph.
hold on. Get what Marcus always said. You
Yeah.
said he's a hater. He's the biggest hater on the thing over there.
Steph's gonna be out there. They need Kawhi is gonna be close to the rim. They're not gonna put him in
Man.
Steph.
But
Hey.
do you know that Danny Green and Clay is the same person?
Yo, I'm calling you Yo now.
That's
You
the
ain't
same
no
player.
more. They ain't the same person.
They-
Danny Green's a journeyman.
They are the same player.
Clay finna get 190 million. Danny Green better hope he on the team next year. How in the heck they the same player, Dodo?
When Danny Green was with the Spurs, you telling me that's not the same player?
No. He ain't the same guy no more.
Watch them finna equal out. In the
Zero.
series, watch.
Clay is a max player. This dude is a journeyman.
Clay is a max player. You, he is.
You wouldn't get Clay to max. Glad you ain't my GM. Oh, we'd be like the Lakers.
With the
We'd be like the Lakers
with
messing
the
with you.
Warriors, yeah, but on any other team, no.
Hey, hold up. Clay is a pretty good defender. Thank you. And I don't know what Jimmy talking about. We don't want to waste no foul. We got 3 of them.
And he gonna get in foul trouble if he
We
guards
We got
Kawhi.
3 of. We got 18 fouls to waste. We got 3 top defensive players,
They're
Jimmy.
not gonna get the foul on no guy.
He
They got
cannot
really
guard
on.
Kawhi at
I
all.
don't care about early on.
Yeah, because
Kawhi
they're
gonna
take
get
my-
guarded.
Because that means we get an extra. Another one, he going to the bench. So that means you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that early on.
Guess what? You know what I bring? I'll bring McKinney off. Well, that's the case. I'll bring McKinney off the bench
No, they
and
got
get up in it.
No, we're talking about the starters. Iguodala is starting. Iguodala gonna get the assignment on Clay. I mean on Kawhi early on. And
Man.
Kawhi gonna in turn they gonna let him guard him.
Kawhi them gonna get blowed clean out that first game. Remember I told
So
you
hold on.
the blowout tomorrow.
Okay, so tell me. See, that's what thing that tickles me about people. If they gonna get blowed out the first game,
Yeah.
then they gonna get blowed out the second game.
Not
So they
necessarily.
gonna blow- yes, they are.
Because Magic them got blown out the first game by Boston. Them
Yeah.
about 40. They come back and win the next
So
game.
if Toronto,
Don't
if
matter.
Toronto loses first game, you mean to tell me you gonna walk in the studio and say Toronto gonna win Sunday?
No, I ain't
if
gonna-
they lose,
I'm
they
not gonna never
lose
say they
Thursday.
gonna win
So
again.
that mean they gonna get swept then. So when they gonna win?
Huh?
When is they gonna win?
I got
then?
okay. Read my lips. Bring out the broom. It's a sweet
So there
baby.
you go then. That's
So
see,
sweet,
that's
baby.
how- see, that's all you gotta do, guys. That's an easy way to get
So
it.
sweet baby. Sweet baby. Come on, Jimmy. Bring us back. Bring us back. Bring us back.
All right, 47 minutes past the hour to Chop Shop, your midday sports happy hour, the best 120 minutes of your day. Man, we got some sad news in the NCAA ranks right now. That is a young man who went and followed the guide of his compliance officer and put his name in the NBA draft. Right?
Jimmy, it's not
But they
sad.
have until
Keep going.
midnight tonight
Mhm.
to announce they're returning to school. And if they took any money from the agent, they just have to simply repay that money, and everything is good.
Mhm.
However, for young Phil Bledsoe
Mhm.
from Glenville State in West Virginia,
Division 2.
the catch to this is this rule was made for Division I student athletes only. His compliance officer, who needs to be fired, permitted and made the error to not let this young man know that you could not do this. And now he's trying to come back into school. His eligibility is gone.
Jimmy, the man is defeated. So we go fight it. So we go fight the compliance
compliance,
officer.
you
So you
start-
finna fire him, right?
You start right there.
You will fire him, Bob.
Yeah.
But what's the responsibility of the kid? You're in the Division 2, dude. You would from ESPN, because you love ESPN, from tiny Division 2 Glenville State in West Virginia, something I ain't never heard of, from Boogaloo State. And you gonna call yourself trying to put your name in the hat to be one of the 60 best players on the planet, and you gonna get drafted? Some responsibility.
No,
on him
understand.
and his
A lot
parents
of,
too.
Alan, understand.
You gotta do your homework, Jimmy.
A lot of people.
Jimmy, you gotta do your
No,
homework.
Understand. This rule it enabled a lot of people when they relaxed the rule going into this season, which let some people be able to just go out there and be able to go through the experience of going through this, being flirted and courted with an agent and going through the draft, the combines, or getting to work out with a team. They wanted to allow some people to get the experience, to get it out their system so they can really get the bad news from the horse's mouth. In many cases, there are kids we know all the time, and you actually used to coach Pro-Am teams at the Fundy Recreation Center in Houston. You coached teams, and at that time they had college players, right?
Yeah.
Playing in that league.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
But they had to get away.
They had to go. No, a lot of people came down there. I remember, and didn't even know that they had to go through their compliance guy to get away.
Jimmy, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, okay. Now you think about this. There are coaches that was down there during those years, not to say no names, that actually led the some young men to believe, man, come on and play with me, run with me on this Monday or Wednesday. Come on down and run with me. I got a jersey for you. Come on. So that means those volunteer Pro-Am coaches, not everybody, but one isolated here or there, didn't know the rule themselves at that time. I'm quite sure more understands it now. My point is this: the compliance officer made the mistake because they confided and they asked him, was it cool to do something? Now let him know he was going to do this. Then
So you just glossed over what I said. You don't even care.
On which part? Don't care.
That I said, first of all, little Johnny, do me a favor and you go find me one draft board that Phil Bledsoe was on, Dodo, if you can. Phil Bledsoe, hold on.
Dude, he went to exercise his right.
Find me in your exercise. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't on the draft board. He went to exercise his right.
I tried to tell you. You were so gung-ho with that. Man, it's good. People can go do that. No, man, it ain't for everybody to do, Jimmy.
What do you mean? School
There ain't no way.
Understand something, Alex. School ain't for everybody. Education is, but school ain't for everybody.
Okay.
So that's two different things.
Well, since school ain't for everybody and he wanted to go do this, guess what? Don't go to school no more. He just won't go to school no more.
Understand something. In this situation,
You're trying to blame the compliance
if
officer.
this man told you it's okay to play in this league.
A dude from Boogaloo State, he need to go 4 years. Finish your 4. Don't be no underclassman, dude. Go your 4 years and get your education, man.
There are many.
If he in a Division II school, Jimmy, come on, Jimmy.
So what's going to be the difference in him and Quentin Grimes? This draft next week.
Quentin Grimes is a McDonald All-American.
Oh no, I ain't
He got a resume.
You say was. So what's going to be the difference in the draft between that young man at Division II Boogaloo State and Quentin Grimes? Who gonna get drafted higher than the other?
Quentin Grimes, if he don't get drafted, then excuse me, 2 minutes after the draft over, he would be in somebody's camp.
Oh.
Jewbug right here ain't gonna be nowhere.
So they both going to get drafted. That's the answer to the question.
Okay, but 2 minutes after when the draft goes out, and see y'all go to sleep, we be on the phone trying to get our guys in the camp. 2 minutes after this thing, Quentin Grimes will be on somebody's team.
So once again,
Jewbug right here.
So once again, they both not
We
getting
ain't
drafted.
talking about that.
That's the question.
Jewbug right here.
You talking about somebody? Everybody talking about somebody? They
Phil
both not going to get
Bledsoe.
drafted. They both not going to get drafted. Then.
Jimmy,
That's what you're saying.
Jimmy, Phil Bledsoe. I'm not blaming. I'm blaming Phil Bledsoe. I know we got to wrap it up, but yeah, you tell guys like you talking about it's a sad day. No, wake up.
No, ain't no sad. That's
Wake
sad.
up.
A compliance guy, his job is to keep everything in compliance. Didn't do so. Anyway, guys, time to land this plane. Goodness gracious. Time to get up out of here, man. Coming up next, we got the Al Rucker Show. He's going to take you for the next 4 hours. Thanks so much to young Kelsey Riley.
Kelsey!
I see you doing a dance over there, girls. I see you. We'll see you guys in 22 hours. Chop shop. Time to yabba dabba do this thing. I'm out of here.
Kelsey, I know she going to say, that crazy.
That was funny.